Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of real life poultry farm stories, and I appreciate your feedback and your comments. The other day I posted the first video of this series and I got some interesting comments from our audience. They shared their experience with different challenges in poultry farms. One of them was using sand as a bedding or litter, and the other one was actually seeing some mortality over the night. And at the end of the day, they figured out it was because of the incomplete combustion of the heater because of the uh, pressure drop in gas. So yeah, they were really interesting experiences, and I appreciate your insight and the feedback about your knowledge, about your experience with different challenges in livestock farms. And please continue to do that, continue to share your experience with us, and we are going to discuss more about those topics. So, in today's episode, I am going to talk about a problem in a broiler breeder farm. One of our folks was talking about this problem that they saw high mortality in a broiler breeder farm, and for some birds, they saw neck problems. You can say wry neck or twisted neck. It means that the neck, was twisted upward, and also they saw lameness. And they were wondering, okay, what's the reason and how they can tackle the challenge. So they started asking some questions, and these questions are always helpful, to understand the situation and solve the problem. So they asked about water availability, feed availability, if the water or feed was available, over the last few days. And also they asked about post-mortem analysis based on a vet visit. And they investigated feed bins, if the correct feed is over there, and additives. And, based on the answers they got from producer, everything seemed, well, but they continued asking questions about any new ingredients. No, they didn't add any new ingredients. What about water consumption? Yeah, well, when they checked the water consumption, they saw an increase in water consumption, and that's why they just wondered, okay, if the water consumption is high, maybe it's related to high sodium level in the diet. And after investigation, they found the reason: sodium toxicity. Why? Because the dical that they were using, it was contaminated with sodium. Dical or DCP, dicalcium phosphate, usually we call it dical. So they analyzed dicalcium phosphate, and they saw it has high amount of sodium. Usually, dical can be contaminated a little bit with sodium, maybe around 0.06, 0.09%. That's fine. But if you see higher levels of sodium, it shows that, something is going wrong. Maybe, I don't know, they mixed salt or whatever with dical and they didn't notice that. It's possible. So what happened was they were using the contaminated dical, And on top of that, they were adding salt, sodium bicarbonate, other sources of sodium. And that's why it created sodium toxicity, which caused lameness and neck problem and mortality. So they solved the problem. So my question for you as a community, what would be your solution to correct this problem? If you come across, a mixing error like this, for example, I don't know, they mixed the dical by mistake by anything else like salt, sodium bicarbonate, whatever, and now you figured it out. Okay, this dical, has problem. How are you going to tackle this challenge? Yeah, one possibility would be to just say, okay, toss it. We don't want to use that dical, but, they paid for it. Maybe they want to use it, but in a proper way. So one solution would be to mix that contaminated dical with sodium with an ingredient, for example, with corn or with wheat, whatever ingredient, energy ingredient you are using in your diet, or the other choice, and then you can have an idea about the concentration of sodium, calcium, and phosphorus in your mixture, those mixture of dical and ingredient. It means that you brought down the level of sodium in that mixture. And then you can assume this mixture as a supplement and add it to your diet. But you need to reformulate your diet, right? You need to reformulate. You need to know how much energy it has. I don't know how much protein, calcium, phosphorus, amino acids. And then you can consider it as a supplement and then mix it with your diet and adjust all the nutrients and minerals. That would be one solution. What about other solutions? Can you think of any other solution for this problem? If so, please feel free to share it with us down there in the comments. And as always, I'm encouraging you to share your experiences and real life poultry farm stories with our audience down there in the comments. And by that, take care, and I'll see you in the next episode. Have fun.